Hello. Thanks for watching another video on Nutrition Tips by Nancy. It is Wednesday here when I'm recording this, and that means my focus is on overall wellness. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and everywhere you look, you see pink ribbons. And these are intended to increase awareness of breast cancer and to raise money for organizations which focus on awareness and cure. But what about prevention? According to research, diet is responsible for 30 to 40% of all cancers. And though no food is known to prevent breast cancer, proper nutrition can actually keep your risk for breast cancer as low as possible. So with this video, I want to make you aware of how diet impacts breast cancer risk. And because prevention is far more cost effective than curing the disease, let's focus on that. So I'm going to encourage you to share my 6 tips with others, including the men in your family, because men get breast cancer too. Also, many of the factors which influence breast cancer also affect prostate cancer. So let's get started with my 6 tips. The first one is to aim for a healthy weight. Now, there's no doubt that excess body weight, especially around the middle, the visceral fat, increases inflammation in the body. But fat cells actually make estrogen. Thus, reducing body fat can also reduce your risk of breast cancer. Now, you don't need to go on a diet to lose weight. In fact, extreme diets usually result in weight yo-yoing. 3 things that can get you started on a path to a healthy size include intuitive eating, limiting your intake of ultra-processed foods, and consuming 75% of your calories by the time lunch has ended. So my second tip is to fill your plate 2/3 full of plants. While no single food prevents disease, plant foods contain vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and polyphenols that are known to ward off many types of cancer. And compared to animal protein, fruits and vegetables have a lower fat content and a higher fiber content. I can state with certainty that eating a wide variety of minimally processed foods promotes health. You can include organic soybeans, legumes, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and nuts in your diet. Animal studies indicate that food grown without pesticides may protect against unhealthy cell changes and alterations to the gut microbiome. And to avoid pesticides, I encourage you to buy as much as your food in an organic, grown, sustainable method as possible. All right, here's my next tip, is focus on fiber. I mentioned fiber in my last tip. What fiber does, it binds with hormones in the intestines. So this helps reduce the hormone load in your bloodstream. Excellent sources of fiber include beans, legumes, chia seeds, and ground flax seeds. Good sources of fiber are avocado, nuts, whole grains, and starchy vegetables. So be sure that you include them in your diet. My next tip is to eat whole soy foods. Yeah, I know you've heard and believed the myth that soy actually increases the risk of breast cancer. And early animal models indicated that might be true. But current research has shown this to be false. In fact, even with women with the genetic trait for breast cancer is known to increase the risk of breast cancer, this trait is silenced in the presence of soy isoflavones. Whole soy forms include edamame, tempeh, soy nuts, soy milk, and tofu. When soy is fermented, like in the form of tempeh or some forms of tofu, it makes it easier to digest. Also, another benefit of soy is that it then allows you to replace animal-derived protein, and reducing animal protein can help reduce chronic inflammation. So my next tip, number 5, is to reduce your consumption of beef and cured meats. Most of the beef that Americans consume comes from industrial farms. And these industrial producers use hormones and antibiotics on the animals. And studies have shown a direct connection between hormone ingestion and breast cancer. So if you want to avoid those, you're going to purchase beef that says it's pasture raised. And also, I recommend organic. Cured meats contain nitrates that are associated with several types of cancer. Now, fish that's sustainably farmed or wild caught, other seafood and shellfish and crustacean, along with organic poultry, are better choices than beef. And the last tip is to drink less alcohol. Wine is perhaps associated with a lower risk of heart disease, but heavy drinking is associated with an increased risk of breast cancer. And every researcher defines heavy drinking as 2 or more drinks a day. So if you choose to drink, limit your daily intake of alcoholic drinks to 1. And a serving of wine is 5 ounces, beer 12 ounces, and spirits 1.5 ounces. Thanks for watching my video today. If you ever have nutrition questions you want answered in these videos, please comment and let me know what those questions are. I love it when people comment, also when they subscribe to the series. So until next week, this is Nancy Teeter, your friendly registered dietitian, tuning out.